What's up guys, welcome to today's video. It's been a while, probably like 2 years since I last did a Q&A on YouTube, so I thought mix it up a little bit, give you guys a Q&A to some of the common questions which I get asked on a regular basis. Enjoy. Okay, so I'm 27 years old. Is it too late to get into ridiculous shape? I wouldn't say no, but then it depends what you define as ridiculous shape. If you're thinking ridiculous shape is in like the world class top physique, obviously it's going to be quite hard to do at 27, especially, you know, say for example, a lot of people out there who have the sickest physiques, they've been training from a young age, so I wouldn't say it's not too late, but you're just going to have a harder time. It is going to take longer, but age is just a number. There's people who can get to the gym at 30 years old, 40 years old. If you do the right thing, start the basics, aggressively overload, live a healthy lifestyle, do everything which is going to help you to maximize muscle hypertrophy and have a decent body composition, there's no reason why you can't have a decent physique. It's all about the effort you put into it. Has Dubai increased your motivation / aspirations? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I've always had pretty high aspirations and goals which I've set for myself. Even when I was young, when I was in my late teens, I always wanted to be at a certain level. And I'm sure I would have still had those same aspirations and motivations if I stayed in London or wherever I would have been. But I think definitely for sure when you're kind of surrounded by wealth, it does make you want to go after it a little bit more. Obviously there's more to life than earning money, but I think it's interesting because when you think you're in a good position financially, when you move to somewhere like Dubai, you actually realize that, you know, you're still at the bottom of the earners. You know, there's some serious earners out here driving around some ridiculous whips with a lot of money. So it kind of does make you think, oh, okay, there's a whole new level which can be kind of achieved. So in a way, yeah, I'd say it has stepped my aspirations up a little bit. Next question, why have I not worked with any big gym clothing brands? That's a good question. Honestly, I didn't really feel as though I was a good fit for any of them. Throughout my entire, well, not my entire life, but definitely as I got older, I always thought I was my own brand. And, you know, I just didn't think I was a good fit for any of those sort of fitness brands that are knocking about at the moment. Secondly, I never really needed to. I was good for money. I was getting good revenue from other sources of income, so it's not like I needed to rely upon a clothing sponsorship to kind of get me by. Even now, I could sign up to them, make a lot of money, but I don't need the money, and I don't want to kind of sell myself. You know, I don't want to sell out. You know, I'm me. I'm authentic. I'm Mike Thurston. Big thing as well, I also had this vision of me setting up my own brand. It took longer than anticipated, but it's up and running now. Swimwear line is up and running, so it would completely make no sense whatsoever for me to start working with a load of other different clothing brands to also push my own brand at the same time. I'm kind of diluting everything, and the impact of me trying to promote this would be a lot less if I was promoting loads of other different clothing lines. So that's my answer. Next question, what is your favorite thing about your career? Many enjoyable things which I like about my career right now. But I think the biggest thing which I like is just the freedom which I have. I have the freedom to wake up and do whatever I want to do that day. I'm not talking about just bumming around and doing nothing. But when it comes to my job, you know, there's a lot of creativity involved in it. I'm completely in charge of, you know, what video do I want to make today, or what pictures do I want to make today, what sort of value do I want to provide to people, what do I want to do in terms of my business, you know, my training programs, my swimwear line, all these things. I enjoy the fact that I can be creative and that I'm in charge of what I can do, and I don't have to, you know, take orders from someone who is above me. And at the same time, you know, I do work hard, but if I want to take a bit of time off, I can do. And then one more thing as well, I'm rewarded for my efforts. I've been in jobs before. When I was working at Hollister, I had a few other jobs which I didn't really enjoy. Being on a set salary is annoying. You know, you could put in 110% of your effort and my salary wouldn't change. There'd be no reward. Whereas if I just kind of did the bare minimum, I'd still get paid the exact same amount. So I like to be rewarded for the extra efforts which I put into the work which I do. That leads nicely on to the next question, and that is, Mike, are you not bored of living the life yet? The life, I imagine people think that that's just me waking up, being in the sunshine, doing whatever it is I want to do, going to the beach, training. Am I going to get bored of it? I might do. Am I bored of it now? No. I'm very much enjoying it. I'm the happiest I've been for a very long time. And one thing I've known about myself is if I am ever in a situation where I'm bored of something, I move on to the next thing. right? You know, I was bored of many jobs which I've had in the past. I've moved on to do things which I enjoy doing in my life. When it comes to places I've lived, you know, I've got bored of it and I've moved on to the next place. Is Dubai going to be the place where I will stay for the entire rest of my life? Probably not. In fact, I'm only here till May, so no. Maybe I'm the type of person that gets bored of doing things quite easily, but when I do get bored of them, I move on to the next thing. Currently at this stage, I'm 29. I'm enjoying this chapter of my life. I'm single. I don't really have much responsibility, so I'm making the most of it. Obviously in 5 years' time, it's unlikely I'm going to be doing this, so no, I'm not bored of it for now. But in 5 years, yeah, I might get bored of it. Do I ever get homesick? Nah, not really. Ever since I was young, I was always very independent. And when it got to, you know, the age 17, 18, when I finished school, I honestly couldn't wait to just move on to the next chapter of my life. You know, I've not been the type of person that has to be constantly surrounded by my family and things like that. I like to travel, I like to explore. In terms of me missing anything from home back in England, again, there's not a huge amount I really miss. You know, I think the good thing is here, there is a lot of English people here, there's a lot of English-speaking people here. And I think the fact that I know that this is a little bit of a temporary thing, you know, I don't miss too much. The only thing I miss is my barber, if I'm being honest. Next question. How do you deal with difficult moments in your life, such as a breakup, a failure, or anything that hasn't gone your way? That's a good question. We all have these moments in our lives where we're faced with these issues and so on. For me personally, I just take a bit of time out, reflect, see what I can do, how I can overcome this challenge, how I can ensure that I don't make this same mistake again, and I just push forward. I'm not the type of person to sit there and complain and whinge about something which has happened. It is what it is, it's happened. Try fix it, learn from it, move on, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. Or if it does happen again, you're in a better position to deal with it. What has helped me to become a man of action rather than a man of intentions? Good question. The answer, me. I have helped myself to become a man of action. The reason behind that is because there's nothing worse for me when I say I'm going to do something and I haven't done it. I feel so disappointed in myself. So that really has made me stick to anything which I say I'm going to do. A prime example, this was start 2017, moved away from Newcastle, basically turned my life upside down, had no money coming in. I was like, I need to make it on YouTube. There's no other way around it. I have to do well on this platform. I have to make a name for myself. So I basically locked myself away for a year. Didn't really go out, didn't socialize, didn't really travel. I was just in my apartment all day, every day, even on weekends, just trying to make YouTube work. Filming videos myself and editing videos. It was hard graft, but it paid off. I ended up getting like 300,000 subscribers in a year. So me knowing that I went out and I did that and made it for myself made me hugely satisfied. It's given me more confidence in the fact that anything that I say that I'm going to do, I know that I'll be able to do it. But I just have to say no to the distractions, anything which is going to throw me off course, and just do it. Have tunnel vision, make it work. Next question, how do you focus on multiple things? So if you've got a lot of things going on in your life, I would say you've got to prioritize them. So what are the most important things which you need to focus on? Second thing, delegation. Okay, you need to decide for yourself which things realistically you don't need to be doing. Somebody else can do your job. You know, for me, for example, people answering emails, doing customer support, taking the videos, editing the videos. I could do them myself if I wanted to, but it's a waste of time, particularly now as I've got a lot going on. So for me, the most important things are creating content, you know, managing the companies, taking direction and doing only the things which I myself can do. All those other tasks which I don't need to be doing, delegate them. Employ someone else to do them. Save yourself time. Describe your dream girl. Good question. I think I've come to realise, obviously looks are important, but what is more important is personality. I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. Because I've come across my fair share of pretty women, and it's funny how your level of attraction to them can disappear into nothing because they have a horrendous personality. I found out for myself what I like. I like someone who I can get along with, who I enjoy spending time with. In fact, someone who I actually genuinely look forward to spending time with. Somebody who has a very good sense of humour. It's hugely important to me. Somebody who doesn't take themselves too seriously. Someone who's a bit of a free spirit. open-minded, and someone who shares similar values to me. I think that's what I've found to be most important. It's not about like, oh, I have a certain type, because I've come to realize I don't have a specific type, right? It's mostly about the personality, somebody who I can connect with and somebody who I share chemistry with. How do you know if you are financially stable enough to move somewhere like Dubai? So obviously it doesn't have to be specifically related to Dubai. Let's say, for example, if you wanted to move somewhere where the cost of living was higher than average, how do you know if you're financially stable? First of all, it's going to help if you have some savings, just in case things don't necessarily go to plan. Second of all, I would say you need to have some form of income confirmed. Okay, it's very risky to go somewhere and not know when your next paycheck is going to come from. Okay, if you've got a job secured and you've got a paycheck coming in, that's great. Right. Also, if you've got an online revenue stream, that is also great. But obviously, it is going to be risky. If you move somewhere like here, if you're the type of person like me, you will figure out a way to make it work. You'll graft your ass off and things will work out, okay? If they don't work out, maybe have a little bit of a plan B where you can go back to your... Would I get arrested if I chinned that kid? It's also important as well to just live within your means, okay? Let's say, for example, you come out to Dubai, this kid. If you come to somewhere like Dubai, you can't go out there and live Listen, mate. I'd also say it's very important to live within your means, okay? I've seen this far too often out here. In a place like Dubai, people want to live that lavish, luxurious lifestyle, but they can't afford it, and they get sucked into it. You know, spending loads of money on alcohol, clubs, tables, designer wear, trying to impress girls, cars, so on. And they end up just being completely bankrupt or just having no money left over. So, you know, if you do move somewhere for the first time, like this place, you just have to take it easy and you have to build your way up. You have to earn that lifestyle if it's the lifestyle you want to live. Last question of this video. If you're 20 years old again, what would you do different? To be honest with you, I wouldn't change a whole lot because I am where I am now and I'm quite happy with this current situation. However, let's say, for example, if I was 20 years old again, I just finished university, graduated, and I spent the summer in Port Banús working this summer job, working in the nightlife scene, right? At that point in time, at the end of that summer, because I did enjoy myself that summer, I turned 21. If I would have gone back, I would have gone straight into smashing the online social media scene way harder than I did Instagram and YouTube. I kind of didn't really take Instagram seriously. I didn't realize the potential of it. So I'd have put a lot more time and effort into producing content, producing valuable content, and growing my following very quickly, because back then, you know, it was a much smaller platform. There was a much higher chance to make a bigger impact. Same with YouTube as well. I procrastinated way too long with my YouTube channel. I knew it was something I wanted to do for about 2 years, but I kept kind of putting it off because I was scared of being on camera. And I finally got around to doing it. So I would have happily started that 2 years sooner. But you know, it's like anything with your physique, your career, your relationships, you're never too late to get started with something. But it would have been nicer for me, I reckon, if I'd got started sooner with those things. But apart from that, I want to change the whole lot. I'm happy and content. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope this has been valuable for you and you've learned a few things from this Q&A. Maybe I'll do another one soon if it goes down well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I will see you soon.